Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is May 14th, 2023, and this is what I'm going to call a mid-trade review. I usually don't review my trades until I'm actually completely out of them. But this trade right here, I am not completely out of it. I'm still in it. I have my exit set up. I know how I'm going to manage it, and I'll, if needed, and I will show you that also, what I do and how I do go about doing that. Again, but this is all for educational purposes only. No trade recommendation here. As I said, I am already in this trade. So do not try to duplicate what you see that I've done here right now. There are certain market conditions and things that were going on that made it okay based on my trading style, my trading strategy, my trading rules, that it was okay to place this trade when I placed it. So let me go ahead and jump on into the trade and show you what I have done. Boom, 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 boom. First of all, here's the chart. Let's look at the chart first. These are the days. This is a weekly chart. First of all, weekly charts is kind of like what I'm looking at. If you've seen my market reviews, I'm looking at the big picture. And when I'm putting on these trades, I'm looking at the big picture. I'm looking at my daily chart, my weekly chart, my monthly chart, my quarterly chart to see where I think is the best place to put on these trades. I'm also looking, since I'm trading options, I'm looking at the deltas also. What's the best delta for me to put these trades on? If there are other guys out there who have done a lot of studying on this type of trading and all, and I kind of like what I see what they're doing. I like what I see what they're doing, and I'm trying to fit it into the way I like trading and what I'm comfortable with. So again, this is how I'm implementing what they have done. They give us some great advice. Those guys. Most of you know, if when I'm talking about selling options, you know who I'm talking about. Just don't want to get in any trouble. You never know. But here's what I've done. It's a couple of trades on. And I do more than what you're seeing here, but these are the two that are still on. And one of them is what I call is my May Iron Condor. Another one is my June Iron Condor. I try to do at least a couple of these a month, to bring in some extra money, So, and it took me a while to get comfortable managing where I should manage these trades and how I should go about managing these trades. I listen to their stuff and I try, oh, what does it mean when it's kind of like that's the thing. That's why I want to make some videos on options and the way I see options. I think I can do it a little bit. I can come at it a little bit simpler. The whole thing is, I guess, is the terminology and all what's being said and getting used to that. I'm kind of used to it now. I've been doing this for quite a while. It's just now doing the trades themselves. I'm trying to get to where you can see here. So on the put side, I like using alerts. If it gets, again, I should be they manage things based on deltas. They're not technical. They don't look at the technicals that much. They just look at the numbers, and that does work. You can do it that way. For me, these numbers, my alerts line up with a lot of their numbers. If my put side end up getting down below 1700 or hitting 1700, where I got a trade on at 1695, I have to do something. That's what that alert there is for. That 1700 alert, the 1695 alert is the strike that I actually sold. I want to know that. That's like too late, really, to do anything. So that's why the 1700 is there. Anyway, and then once you see these trades, I should be out of these trades this week. I am not going to post this video. Today is Sunday. I probably won't post this video until the end of the trading day on Tuesday. I'll schedule it probably for then. On the call side, I have a couple of trades, and my alert, my action alert, I call it, is at 1800. Where I actually sold stuff is at 1820 and 1850. So again, I know well before it gets to these numbers here, I have to do something. These 1800s and 1700 numbers are kind of like my drop dead numbers. I'm gonna be in trouble if I actually even wait that long. It's better to play by the deltas to end up giving yourself more time and rolling these trades if you decide to roll them, or if you decide to take a small profit on these trades. This is how I set up my chart, to keep me monitoring these trades, and I monitor them in my simulated account and also monitor them in my live account. And if I'm in my live account where I have them monitored, I actually will get a text to my phone to let me know, okay, go on your phone, do something. Especially if I haven't already done something and I haven't moved these numbers out or moved these things around, So that's my kind of like drop dead point right here. But now let's switch over to the trades themselves and let you see where I'm actually at. I'll do that. I'm going to change screens right quick and switch over to here and continue. And now you can see the numbers. The numbers, okay, like I say, there's two trades. Actually, one was actually placed at the beginning of the first week of May. Then the other one was placed the second week of May. And I probably will place, I know I placed one I placed one last week also. Let me, and it's closed already, but I did only the put side. I placed a couple this week in another account, and it closed on me on Friday, and I only did the put side when it came down to the bottom. I actually did that. I shouldn't even talk about that since I'm not showing that. But these are what I have on right now, and letting you see that, and you can see the strikes that I want to make sure, and I only trade one contract. That's all I really need to trade, at this time. And you can see the trades here, the date and the times that I usually like putting them on is usually after 10 o'clock, after 10:30, let the market settle down before I actually place these trades, even though they are longer type trades, but I still like to wait and let that market settle down and see what's happening that day. I'll give you a little bit more details on these trades. That May trade that I just placed, I actually placed it with a couple things that I'm looking at too. One of the things that they said on their show, with their data that they have done, placing the best time to get out of these trades, the best place to place these trades is 40 or more days, 40 to 45 days out. So I'll give you a little bit more detail. I like doing them on the monthlies. I think they might have come down to that conclusion also, is doing them on the monthly. So I place it usually close to the closest monthly, 40 to 45 days out, to expiration. I've been in that trade now for 13 days. The credit that I actually collected on that trade is this number right here. I'm trying to close this trade for this number right here, that 50%. The total credit that I got on both of these trades is this number right here. I also look at, okay, what did I collect on the call side? What did I collect on the put side on these trades after I get into them? And I have an exit point on each side if I have to manage them like that. If I just want to close the call side, or if I just want to close the put side, I have numbers for those too. So that's the way I look at it, and the way I'm setting things up. And as you can see right now, I have it set to close the whole trade. And like I said, come Monday, Tuesday, this May trade, this is the one that's the May trade, I call it. It may close on Monday. Have to kind of wait and see what's going to be happening in this market, and see if I'll be able to get out of that trade. The other thing that I'm trying we could see data, and people could tell us about data about not that this is going to be this. I expect, as you can say, a bumpy ride, a rough ride on this particular trade, since it's less days to expiration to be able to get out of this trade. Even though I think I'm way out of the way on this trade, we'll go back and take a look at the chart, and I kind of know these options on this one right here. They kind of out of the money options, kind of like go to poop real quick, and all. This trade right here, even though, like you said, I collected pretty close to the same amount on these trades. This trade here, I still kind of expect to be in this trade at least, another week and a half. So that's the other reason I'm putting some of these numbers up here for you to see, and they're for me. Also, I actually had these numbers. This is all in a spreadsheet, so it kind of keeps track of this for me. I can take a glance at the spreadsheet, or I can take a glance at my platform, and it tells me also how many days are remaining. I know on this one trade, on this trade right here, it should, when it gets closer, that it's at that 26th day, anywhere from this 26th 25 days to 20 days, they're saying it's going to be the best time to actually take this trade off. This other trade is kind of my own little thing. I know within the last week, before the last week, so next week sometime, I expect this trade to come off. If it doesn't, I do have based on the way I can do things and the way I have done things, if this trade starts giving me problems, I know I can roll it or close it. And that's why I have these numbers here also, where I know if I can take a small profit, or if I have to take a small loss, or if I decide to roll it. There's other videos out there where guys are talking about what should you do in those cases. I actually want to take a look at those guys' videos and see how they actually go about managing these trades. But this is what I have going on at this time, is these trades right here on the Russell. I'm showing more of my Russell trades. Okay, let's take one more glance at the chart and we'll wrap this on up. So let me switch over to the chart now that you've seen the numbers, and you can take one more look at the chart and see what I'm seeing. Okay, the chart, as we can see, the market is here at 1738. My closest put, since the market is dropping and I'm more concerned about that put side than I am that call side, is this thing is 1695, the one that I sold. My alert, I'm only 5 points away. That's way too close. If this market starts getting down here next week, these should probably be weekly pivots that I'm looking at. And if this market starts getting down here close to around this 1723, 1720, I'll be looking to roll this trade, or I should be able to take a small profit at that time if I don't get a bounce here right away, if I get a close below this at any time next week. The call side looks like it's actually really pretty safe. The other put that I have way down here at 1650, I'm not too concerned about that. That can come all the way down to 1700, and I still probably be okay, or that trade will actually probably close before it even gets to that point. All right, so now you've gotten to see, kind of get a better understanding of what I'm looking at and what I see here. Hope this is helpful for you if you're thinking about doing these type of trades and all. And the thing is, practice them. Practice, and all, and see how they work. See how you need to manage these trades and all before actually placing them in your real account. Also, start small. Start with one account, not 10 accounts. I mean, not 10 contracts or anything crazy like that. They can make a lot of money, and all, and they are defined risk type trades if you have the account to handle that defined risk. But when they go bad, they go really bad, and that's why I'd rather just put on trade small, trade often. Like the model that these guys have that seems to work. It's just knowing how to manage these things, and being okay taking small amount of monies per trade. That can work for some of us. Again, that's all I really want to share. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. I'll talk to you later. Bye.